Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So last week or so, which was a while ago, I know I haven't uploaded since then, I'm very sorry, but I said I wouldn't be doing anything really, so I guess, whatever. But yeah, I've actually been doing stuff, and surprisingly, since I put the poll up, a majority of the votes have been going towards the Sci-Fi series, the custom Sci-Fi series, and I've been working on that, because I saw that on like the second day I put the poll up. The votes were definitely heading towards the Sci-Fi series, so I thought, okay, we'll start on that. And here's what I've got so far. So I've updated this ship. So the backstory kind of here is that these guys over here, these are the police. This is kind of a galaxy-wide police service. It's sort of like the Empire from Star Wars. Except the difference from Star Wars is that everyone loves this police service. They're just kind of really, really great, and nothing can be wrong with them whatsoever. That's what everyone thinks, basically. But then these guys here, these are actually ex-members of that force who realized that this was a power-hungry scheme, and that they killed everyone who basically disagreed with what they did in private, without anyone finding out. So they're basically secretly evil. And these guys are the only ones who know about it, and they're trying to escape here from wherever they're going to or from. This is kind of like mid story. So yeah, these guys have their ship, and it's basically a salvage ship. So it's basically using the framework of a police carrier, which I haven't actually done the original ship for that yet. But then it also has basically like other parts of other ships. So like these bits here are in brown, and these bits here, and these bits here, and then this entire engine back here is brown as well. So it's basically salvaged from another ship, because the police carrier that they were using got damaged, and they had to change the design a bit to make it fit more with what they were trying to do. But yeah, and that's basically it for their ship. The inside's still the same. I showed this off in the last video, but yeah, it's just a nice little ship. Ignore that in the left, we'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, and then these here are the first kind of police designs. So these are little speeders. Obviously, there's some cues from Star Wars here, like well, it's pretty obvious actually. I mean, you've got the speeder bike things like that, and then you've got what looks kind of like a V-wing, like a very small V-wing in the back here, or an A-wing maybe. Probably more closer to a V-wing, to be honest. But yeah, and those are just like little police speeders, I guess, in a way. They have little missile pods on the back here, and also 2 machine guns on the bottom here, or lasers or whatever. I'm sick again, if you can't tell. My voice is very groggy, and I get sick a lot. It's just I live somewhere that's very cold and very, well, yeah, it's just very cold and groggy, I guess. So I get ill a lot because my immune system isn't the best. But yeah, so that's it for those 2 things. So you've got the ex-police, and you've got the police that are very, up to date. So they use this nice color scheme, which is like white, purple, gold, and then a bit of stone as well. You'll see it over here in a minute as well. And then these guys actually use, basically what happened was these guys have sort of an older iteration of the police style. So you won't see the original ship very often used by the police as they are now. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this police force yet. It's not the Empire or anything like that. It'll be something very normal, because you want the civilians to kind of accept it into their daily lives. And something like the Empire just sounds like a bit scary in a way. So you want something that's kind of normal and not too threatening. But yeah, these guys use a older iteration of this police force's designs and weapon systems. So yeah, you'll see that in kind of how they use fence gates instead of end rods for the machine guns, because it's an older, thicker design of machine gun. So yeah, so okay, I'm going to turn around now. So this thing here, it's not finished at all. I was going to save it until I finished it, but we'll save, well no, we'll do it now. We'll do it now. We'll go over what this is. So I wanted to do a bit of diagonal building, and yeah, this is kind of what I came up with, and it actually looks pretty cool. You can kind of see it from this angle as being, this is the front, because obviously this is how Minecraft works, with blocks going left, right, up and down like that, rather than having diagonals like this. So if you want to see that as the front, then please try not to. This is meant to be kind of one of the sides. This is meant to be sort of the front. So obviously this is nowhere near finished. Basically what's going to happen here is there's going to be a big box kind of on top here. And this is going to be where all the executive suites are and stuff. So this is sort of a military, I don't know, like a hangout place, I guess. But it's where all the executives sleep up here. And then all the kind of traders go down here and they kind of trade inside there or sell their products to the military. So we have multiple trader ships, and remember, the tutorials are coming for all of these. That's one thing I want you to know. By the way, my speech is a bit messed up because of how ill I am and how, groggy my throat is, so I might mess up more words than usual, so I'm sorry. But I wanted to get a video out there because obviously I've not uploaded for a week, and that's very bad of me. So yeah, tutorial will be coming for that, and then also that over there. There will be so many more ships. There'll be ships like that, kind of in the same class, that are modified or kind of newer iterations or older iterations. So it's going to be a massive series with loads of ship designs, you know, trader ships, weapon ships, transport ships, everything. It's going to be great. So I'll go over a few of these ships now. So this is a very luxury sort of kind of like transport for two people. It comes from a very tropical planet. So there are multiple planets, and I'll go over a few of those in another video. But yeah, I'll probably make like miniature planets and also show you how to build those. They'll be like, I don't know, maybe 20 by 20 blocks wide or whatever. But yeah. So this is coming from a tropical planet. You can see that by the color scheme. It's kind of blue and yellow and green. It looks very kind of fruity in terms of the color scheme, which is weird, but yeah, it's cool. And it's just a very nice ship. Obviously, they're going here to, I don't know what they're going here to do, but whatever. Probably some important business. Maybe they're trying to sell something or trying to buy something from the military. But yeah. And then we have this ship here, which is a very like flat-nosed, not very sleek ship, but it's very powerful in the engines. As you can see here, it's got 3 quite good engines with engine protection. So this comes from a pretty harsh planet, probably somewhere where there's conflict with civilians or rebel groups. So it's very armored up and thick. It's got just a bit of detail inside, but not too much. But yeah. And that's the second ship, so that can be used for basically transportation for people, so it's a kind of troop carrier. And then over here we have, what's this doing up here, I don't know. I'm not sure what's that. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, oh, there's another one over here. That's strange. Oh, I think I know what it's from. Yeah, forget that. And the last ship here is a little cargo ship. So you might recognize this engine design a little bit, and that's because the hero ship, the ex-police ship, is actually using the engines from one of these, or actually 5 of these. So yeah, there's this big engine up here, and they stole that from 5 of these ships, which makes them kind of assholes, to be honest. But yeah, and salvaged it and used it for their ship, and just repurposed it and recolored it. So yeah, this is a cargo ship. It's got 9 slots of cargo, and I will actually be using this as like a measure of cargo capacity. So this will be a set design, the andesite with the green carpet on top. So yeah, any ship that has cargo, I'll measure it by 1 block. So this has 9 blocks, obviously, in the back here, and that can be covered up, obviously. So yeah, and then you've got more parked police cruisers there, and yeah. Then there's the kind of accessory, so we've got this like rocket turret here, which would obviously defend the station. So yeah, this station is very unfinished. There's going to be a big box up here with like big writing on the side, and then down at the bottom there's actually going to be a massive spire. If you look at the height that we're at now, it's something like 100 and, or actually just round it to 200. We're at 200 blocks here, so obviously we've got 200 blocks below this point where I can build downwards. And I'm going to add a massive spire down there, and that's going to be full of like entry points for cargo traders, for ships, for crap like that, basically. So yeah, gonna be a big station. It's got engines under those landing platforms, as you can see, just there. I'll try not to fall down too far. I don't want to die. But yeah, and that's basically how far I've got with the Sci-Fi series now. So it's actually very, like, pretty fun. It's sort of fun in a way, making all these custom designs. Yeah, one other thing is that none of these ships use references at all. They're not taking cues from any of the Sci-Fi ships. They may look like it, and that's fair enough, but none of them have been referenced. So if they look like something, it's because they just happen to look like it, and it's because of how many ships have been made in Sci-Fi so far, and how limited the original designs can be now. Because really, at the end of the day, you can't make something new without it looking sort of like something else. So yeah, and that's basically it. That's just an update. We will be back with tutorials next week, I think. So yeah, I'm just going to take time off to sort of relax, get some new builds done, and do a project that I've been working on for someone else. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So thanks guys, thanks for bearing with me. I've seen quite a few people subscribing in the meantime since I've not uploaded anything, which is good. It shows that people are still seeing my channel and knowing that I'm still there, which is good. So yeah, thanks. See you in a bit.